Good evening to all and welcome to the June 10th meeting of the College Park Business and Industrial Development Authority. And at this time, we are going to start with our roll call, and we'll begin with our BIDA members, followed by our staff. And then if we have any visitors that would like to introduce yourself, we'd like to know who you are as well. My name is Jamel McKenzie, and I am the chair for BIDA.
Good evening, citizens of College Park. I am Demetrius Taylor. I'm your vice chair representing Ward 2.
Hi, my name is Leslie Zinn. I am the secretary treasurer for BIDA.
Oh, I'm Eleanor Cornelius, representing Ward 4.
I'm Derek Taylor, Mayor Pro Tem.
Bianca Motley Broom, Mayor.
Anita
Brown Cadis, representing Ward 3.
Good to see you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mercedes Miller. I'm the interim city manager for the great city of College Park.
Hello, everyone. My name is R.D. Jones. I'm the executive director over Clearly College Park.
Good evening. I'm Denise Cole, representing the GICC Gateway Center Arena and the College Park Golf Course.
Thank you. Tasha Hall Garrison, Clearly College Park, Assistant Secretary Treasurer, City of College Park, Economic Development Program Manager.
Good evening. I'm Renee Coakley. I'm the Main Street Manager for the City of College Park.
I'm Dan Lee, the attorney for Clearly College Park.
Good evening. I'm Michelle Alexander, City Planner for City of College Park.
Well, thank you. Do we have any visitors that have been omitted?
Ambrose Clay, Councilman.
Welcome, Councilman Clay. It's good to have you with us. Okay, well, at this time, we were going to move on to the review and approval of the minutes for our last joint BIDA meeting. If there aren't any corrections or changes, we'd like to entertain a motion at this time that we adopt these May 13th minutes.
So moved.
Someone with
I second.
Thank you so much. Those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Okay, at this time, do we have any additions, deletions, amendments, or changes to the agenda?
Madam Chair, I have one item to add to the executive session. It will be disposition of property. It will be letter C.
Letter C.
I think, let me make sure.
Disposition of property.
Yes, 9C.
9C. All righty. We've added that on. Is there anything else?
That's all. Thank you.
Okay. So let's move on to our new business for this evening, and that is College Park Business Industrial Authority's considering authorizing myself, chair. Yes, sir.
Madam Chair, I think that everyone has to vote on that last item as far as the.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Can we entertain a motion on the floor to add 9C, which is the disposition of property, to our executive session meetings?
So moved.
Second it.
Agenda, rather. Okay. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All righty. It's adopted as item 9C. Okay, so at this time, we move on to new business, which is the consideration and authorizing myself, the chair, to execute a listing agreement with Keller Williams, Commercial Atlanta Classic, on certain BIDA properties. And we looked at the memorandum that's dated May 25th that our executive director, R.D. Jones, had sent us. Is there any discussion on this?
Madam Chair, I did have a question in regard to this document. It has a line for my signature as well, and so I wanted to check with the executive director in terms of council review for this and the necessity therein.
Absolutely. Artie?
The initial contract that was executed with the Industrial Development Authority, with the Business and Industrial Development Authority with Keller Williams, had a line for the city, the mayor's signature also. The contract that you guys see, the listing agreement that you guys see is a somewhat of a duplicate of that particular agreement. I do not, personally, I didn't think it was required that the mayor signed it on the initial agreement, but things were done a little bit differently then because this is an agreement between the Development Authority and Keller Williams. I would, I guess, turn this item to Dan Lee and let him, I guess, address the question if the mayor needs to actually sign this agreement. But this is identical to the initial agreement that was executed with Keller Williams to represent the City of College Park Business and Industrial Development Authority.
That's exactly right. I don't see why the mayor would have to sign it, but the original was submitted that way, and that's the reason it's there now.
So if I may, I think there's probably two options: either remove the line for my signature or take it to council. But I'm not sure that
it wouldn't be necessary for council to vote on it. So, I mean, I get what you're saying about your signature. You signed for the mayor and council, but it's only on there because it appeared on the original document before, whatever year that was. But it's not necessary that you be on there.
Okay.
Yes. What I can do is if this item is approved, what I would do is I would have the document reproduced without the mayor's signature being on there. And I could simply add in the secretary treasurer's signature, which for a witness as in the document, if Dan Lee feels that that's appropriate.
Dan?
I do. I think that's the way to handle it.
Okay. So, so do we want to entertain a motion that we will authorize the chair to execute this document upon removal of the mayor's signature line and addition of the secretary treasurer?
So
or unless someone else, any other discussion? Yes, Councilman Taylor. Councilman Taylor.
Have these documents came from the council, or are we saying haven't been? Are we saying these documents have not been in front?
I think
it doesn't have to go to council.
Yeah, I think what we're saying is that this does not necessitate the council to vote, but if the mayor's signature is on it, then it's something that would need to be brought to council. It's really a BIDA issue because this is about the sale of BIDA property. So, or who the agent, the listing agent, I guess. So it doesn't have to go before the council, from what I'm understanding.
Okay.
Any other questions on this?
It doesn't mean you don't have to, you can't take it to council, but I'm just saying it doesn't require the approval of council in order. Vote on it.
So I guess it's that at this time, what do we want to do? Are we going to just remove the mayor's signature? Or are we going to have this move to council for a vote?
No, I say we just, because they've, this is the exact document that they've seen before or that was presented, mayor's signature is not required. So we can take her line off. And as Dan stated, for witnesses, we can add our secretary treasurer for BIDA in that place. So that way the document is still considered legal and move forward that way.
Okay, so would you like to state that as a motion?
Yes.
All right, somebody second.
Absolutely.
So, okay, second. From anyone?
Second.
Right. Thank you. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, I didn't think so. Okay, well, thank you. So that's taken care of. We're going to move on to item 6C, which is the GICC report. Denise?
Good evening. Last month, the GICC had the pleasure of hosting the U.S. Gymnastics Houston Championship. And also, we are still doing the vaccination at the GICC. Over at the Gateway Center Arena, we hosted Woodward Academy Baccalaureate service and also still playing basketball with the Atlanta Dream. Are there any questions?
I don't have any questions, just comments. I'm excited that we're moving back. You know, things are starting to come back into play, and even that the GICC is hosting banquets again, and totally excited about our basketball teams coming back. And so thank you, Denise. Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you for your report.
Thank you.
The Dream, they're still playing in with limited people watching, limited people, or are they still in the bubble?
Actually, they're opening up more seats. Tomorrow night, they're expecting their largest crowd, but they are now opening up to other than just season ticket holders. So yes, it's open for more ticket sales at this time.
And with the Skyhawks, they're looking at their performance in order to get their schedule together.
Yes, we've already submitted dates to the Skyhawks. They're just waiting on the league to approve their schedule. And once we have that schedule, then we'll announce it. But dates are already on hold for them at the arena.
Wonderful.
I am very excited about the arena functioning again. Thank you.
We are. Thank you all.
I'm excited about life functioning again. You know,
amen. Amen.
That's another thing for us to attain. I guess once we'll determine when we're going to move back to in-person meetings as well. But so at this time, we're going to move on to item 7, which is economic development reports. Turn this over to the economic development team.
Good evening again, everyone. I'll be giving the report for the Maine and Virginia Business District. For the month of May, we had 5 new businesses, so things are still moving forward. And in the works, we have 3 businesses that are coming online in the next several months. ATL, which is an upscale tapas restaurant, they will be having a Juneteenth ribbon cutting block party. And that will be Saturday, June 19th. The ribbon cutting will take place at 2:00, and also have a slide of the flyer of that coming up. And then I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of demolition and work has been going on in the former Urban Foodie Feed store on Main Street, and that will be a dental office. We don't have the name as of yet, but more to come on that in the very near future. And then the very corner of Main Street across from the depot, Milk and Cheese will be occupying that space very soon in conjunction with another restaurant called ATL Atlanta Greens, I believe. Next slide, please. And this is the flyer that I was provided with earlier today for the Juneteenth block party. It's going to be a great event. Hopefully you can come out and celebrate with this new business. They've been a great partner to have in the city already, and they haven't even opened their doors yet. So truly appreciate them and want to celebrate them. This slide, I wanted to do a business spotlight. The Breakfast Boys on Main Street are now open. It's 3379. I'm left off the 9 there, but they are open and doing very well. If you haven't had opportunity to stop by and check out their mini dishes, I advise you to do so. And I just wanted to add a couple of things that are in the works. I'm sure you've heard about them, but just like to keep them in the front of everybody's mind. The Mercer and Main project, or the Main Street assemblage, is what we've coined it. It is the old Pure gas station. That property is in the works with us. I know Tasha mentioned at the last BIDA meeting about the grant that we received for the next stage of grant money that we received. So assisting with cleanup on this property. That the Pure gas station will be a restaurant, and then the phase 1 of this property will include the renovation of that restaurant, installation of a building where bathrooms will be, and different components that will assist that restaurant. The owner is in the process of talking with the prospect for the restaurant, working on that. And then once he secures that, things will move a little bit faster. So looking forward to that happening. That's approximately $7 million investment on that corner right there on Mercer and Main Street. So looking forward to that. Diamond College Park project is the Methodist Church behind the depot. That project is approximately a $27 million investment. They did receive a lot of funding for that, federal funding. 61 units of mixed income multifamily, 4 townhomes, 20 artist lofts, and the church will be rehabbed, and theater and retail spaces. Part of the, I guess, the parsonage and the back part of the church has already been, well, the back part of the church has kind of been separated, and that is under construction right now. There'll be coffee house at the bottom floor and another retail space, and then some living units above. So that's already in the process, as well as the parsonage. And they'll be working in phases as well. So looking forward to those 2 great projects coming to full fruition in the downtown Main Street area. The College Park Main Street Association was approached by a local resident about a program called Pedicabs. This is something that they have in parts of Atlanta. I know near the baseball park over in Marietta area that they have this program, and they approached us to offer it as a business for College Park. I believe he's working on a presentation and will be going before mayor and council. College Park Main Street Association did give a letter of support for the program. So be on the lookout for more details about the pedicab business. Hopefully that will come to downtown. This slide, I just wanted to give a little recognition. The College Park Main Street Association was accredited for 1 more year through National Main Street. So we certified again. We received that achievement, and hopefully to continue for many more years to come. With being a part of the Main Street program, we're able to apply for different loans and grants, well, the businesses through this program. And there are different opportunities or things to be appreciative of to be a part of this program. So it is a great honor for us to be awarded this again. It's a lot that you have to do annually, but it's worth it in the long run. So. And the last slide, just an announcement for our next board meeting, July 19th at 3 p.m. Currently, we're still virtual. We haven't made that decision yet when we're going to go back live, possibly at this meeting or the August meeting. We'll be back in person as well. So if there are no questions, I will be finished.
I don't have questions, but I've got some comments, and I don't know if anyone else does. I first want to say congratulations on having another year of being accredited with the National Council of Main Street Associations, I think. So that's hard work, and it's just exciting seeing everything that's going on in Main Street, in our area, Main Street, Virginia Avenue. And Renee, I just wanted to thank you for your social media campaign, how you keep the community informed with the things that are going on. So thank you for everything. Does anyone else have any comments or questions for Renee before we go on to our next report?
Yes, Renee, we were talking about the mural a while ago. Where are we at with the development of that?
I am sorry, I had that in a previous report. So June 22nd, there were cracks that were in the wall that the muralist wanted to have repaired first. Those cracks have been repaired by Public Works. The pressure washing will begin on June 22nd. The muralist will start working on July 5th. And I will be putting together a volunteer paint day that first Saturday in July, because I think I mentioned at a VITA meeting several months or a month or two ago, but the mural is going on a certain section, but the 2 bookends will need to be painted to make the entire wall look beautiful. And so we have secured all the supplies for that, and volunteer labor will be used to put that together, and looking forward to having that project completed as well. And on that note, just a little note, the parklets, I didn't include that as well, but potentially our items will be delivered but June 18th through June 30th. So we're just sitting on pins and needles waiting for the supplies to be delivered. Once that is delivered, it will take approximately a day or two to install the parklets. So we're looking to do it on a Monday when downtown is not as busy. And so I would say within a month, we will have parklets outside, and be on the lookout. We will be doing a big celebration, a ribbon cutting of something of the such to celebrate such an achievement. So
wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much
yes,
for all of your hard work. I've had a chance to go and visit some of our businesses past the depot, and we are looking very, very well. Your leadership and your team, I commend all of you for your hard work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
All righty, our next report, is that Tasha?
Thank you. So we had quite a few businesses opening in the South Side area during the month of May. We can move on. Okay, we can move on. I'm not sure why those are showing. Okay, these are my slides from last month. In short, this month, we have been continuing our efforts as far as to meet with the property owners, specifically the multifamily owners, those that have changed ownership, and made an effort just to update them on the code enforcement within the city. Also in the South Side area, I want to thank Mercedes and the mayor, as well as Councilman Allen, for attending our walk through the corridor. I do have a walk scheduled with Councilman Clay on this upcoming next Friday, June the 18th at noon. If any of the Biden members would like to join us, please feel free. As far as the Old National meetings, they have began again. They have opened them up, and they are occurring on that last Thursday at 8 a.m. And it currently is virtual. Are there any questions regarding the South Side?
Tasha, clarification. So the first two slides, those aren't new business. Those are so everything was from last month?
Correct. It appears that all of mine were from last month. So okay. I send out a list of the new businesses now. I'll send that to your email.
Okay, thank you, Tasha. Please add me on. If I'm back in town, I'd like to join on the 18th with that walkthrough. Does anyone have any questions for Tasha? Any comments before we move on to Artie's report?
Tasha, what's the walk on the 18th? Can you say a little bit more about it?
Sure. So I currently do a walk about every Tuesday and Thursday through the Old National Corridor. It really is just to look at the upkeep and just kind of any items that could be addressed. I invited the mayor and Councilman Allen to join me, and they had a good experience. So it's just a walking tour of the Old National area.
And where do you meet and what time?
We're meeting at Tracy White Recreation Center on June the 18th at 12 p.m.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else have any questions or comments for Tasha before we move on? Okay, Director Artie.
All right, well, thank you. Right now, we have the Road Street Bridge design and the road. The plans are 80% complete, the construction drawing plans. Council has just approved work order number 5 for 6 West, which is a continuation of the Road Street design in relocating the water and sewer lines for the project. Once all of these are completed, it is our goal between June 15th and July 15th to put out an RFP to get bids back from construction companies. We have an idea of how much it's going to cost for the Road Street development, which was estimated at $22 million. But we wanted to get real-time estimates from construction companies for that design, so that as we go out to start the development for the Road Street construction and the bridge, we will have an accurate indication of exactly how much that costs. I know that, well, most of you are not in the development world, but you've seen a lot of signs that property values are a lot more expensive now. And it's a lot more expensive because material costs have increased drastically. Wood costs at this time last year has increased by 185%. Steel costs has increased by 40 to 50%. Labor costs has increased by 15 to 20%. That just means that a $10 million project last year is now costing $12 million, a 20% increase in overall development costs. And it doesn't look like, they're going to stop at this point. The last thing that we want to do is to start the construction of the Road Street development and end up falling short. I believe, Ed Wall, our financial advisor, had a conversation with me, and he was speaking to a Clayton County city that he's working with that's building a new city hall. He said their city hall, they had the money set aside, the $10 million set aside, and they had to go back and get another loan for $2 million to finish it up because the project was just that much more expensive. So that's what's going on right now as far as the Road Street design. Also, something that's going to be, you guys will witness over the next, I guess, several months. We're going to be training Sabretha Beasley, who is my administrative assistant. We're going to be training her in the position that Tasha is now in, is the BIDA Assistant Secretary Treasurer. Due to all of the work and all of the great activities that's going on in the downtown area with Renee and also with Tasha on the Old National Corridor area, also in getting, the removal of slum and blight, working with vacant vacant building property owners, and getting good, solid businesses there, going out and speaking with the business owners and being able to attract good business to the area, and making sure that the grass is cut, trash is picked up, and make sure that all of the apartment complexes, meeting with those property owners to make sure their properties are up to code and in good order. She's going to be out in the field a lot more, and to become more efficient, and to be able to accommodate all the needs of BIDA, which things are going to get more busier, and they continue, nothing's slowing down. We're making sure that she's that Sabretha is well prepared to take over completely the responsibilities as BIDA Assistant Secretary at latest in January 2022. So she will, Sabretha will be reaching out to you guys. I'm going to have her working with the agenda. She's going to be setting up the agenda review meetings with the chairman. She's going to be getting the minutes completed 1 week after the meetings and sharing those with myself, and we'll be sharing it with the chair lady to make sure that they're, as accurate as possible prior to. Not sure where that came from, but I was just giving everyone a heads up of what, some changes, some adjustments that we're going to be making within the department due to, how busy things are, so that we can put our best foot forward. One thing that we realize is that if we try to be everything to everyone, we end up not doing a good job. But if we can really focus our attention in various areas, we can do the top job, and to be able to move the development authority forward and to have some quality developments here in the city of College Park. The very last item that I have for you is that I will be serving as a speaker for the Council on Quality Growth on the 15th, next week from 12 to 1 o'clock. I'm going to be talking about the city of College Park, the many projects that are going on here, not just 6 West, but a lot of the different projects and ways that we are trying to work with the private sector in moving these projects forward. And of course, there will be questions afterwards from those in attendance and those that are, and this will be a Zoom call also, so you can actually participate in this meeting in the comfort of your home or office. Are there any questions? Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Artie. Thank you for the update and everything that's going on. So at this time, if we do not have any other issues, I'd like to entertain a motion on the floor to go into executive session to discuss real estate and possible litigation.
So moved.
Right? Second. All right, those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, let's move on.